Jordan.
And welcome to my channel, Gamers Genie. Today, we're going to count down our top 10 recently played games. We did put these in a particular order, so these are just the games in that order that we liked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and plus we love talking about games that we play recently, just because, like, we always talk about specific topics like favorite fantasy games or games for beginners. So yeah, we just talk about games that we played recently. It's just so that way you guys know what we played outside the how to play videos and gameplay videos and all that.
Mm-hmm. So without further ado, let's count down. Okay, so number 10 is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, but we played with the Monstrous Box of Monsters expansion. That's why I picked that as the thing that's showing up here in the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somewhere in the corner there.
I just put it wherever I can fit it.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of these boxes are pretty big. Mm-hmm. But, so, you know, you guys have seen our How to Play video on Hogwarts Battle. We will put that in the video.
In the corner there.
Yep. But this is the expansion, which adds creatures, magical creatures and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. We played this a bunch of times with my sister and my dad, and we completed box 1 and box 2, but we did not double check on the rules before starting to play, because there are specific rules for each box, so you should definitely double check on each of the rules for that, which we didn't do ahead of time, but we still had fun playing the game anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. We were losing until her sister dropped out, and then we won.
Yeah, exactly.
Means your sister was holding us back the whole time. No, that's
not
the truth.
True.
Is it's this is one of those games, just like I would definitely say Forbidden Island or something like that, where your chances of losing
is always
always higher when you have a higher player count.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like someone is sabotaging you. It's just you know, you're gonna, you know, if I play goes up to 4 players?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Forbidden Island goes up to 4 players. If I play a 4-player game of Forbidden Island, I most likely will drown.
Mm-hmm.
But if I play a 2 or 3-player game,
it's unlikely.
Yep.
Unlikely. Yeah.
It is very unlikely.
Yeah, it's up there on the shelves, and that's why we're double checking.
Well, I know Harry Potter's a 4-player game. It's
unless we have the potions explosion with the potion
Potions and Charms.
Potions and Charms expansion. Thank you. That
the Potion Explosion expansion.
Yeah,
by Cool Mini or Not. That's where they team up with Cool Mini or Not, and it gets a whole different art style.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the name, and I know it has potions in the name, but I don't remember the second part of it. So I'm thankful that Kevin corrected me on that. But yeah, we had fun playing this game with my family. I
mean, it does get a little frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, it does get a little frustrating because we need the harp to make sure the creatures get stunned for a while, and you get a bigger deck because it's deck 1 to 6 plus we got box 1 to 2 for us. So we're shuffling 3 different things all in one.
Yeah, and it's always the luck of the draw with those cards. I remember the harp, the first time we played it recently with my sister. The harp was included, but none of us got it because we were losing. But then we had to reshuffle the deck when we did a 3-player game with just me and Kevin and my dad, and it was probably somewhere either in the middle or the bottom of the deck, which is not helpful, but we managed to master box 2, so we're trying to, hopefully we get to box 3 soon, but we shall see.
Okay, yeah. Number 10, Hogwarts Battle.
Number 9 on the list is Small World by Days of Wonder.
Yes, I'm really trying to figure out how we're doing this, but I guess we're doing a back and forth thing.
Yeah.
This is one of the first games I've ever played getting into this hobby, right up there with Ticket to Ride. It's fun, but I'm a little sad that I neglect the expansions, because they do have some fun expansions with these.
Yeah, I still haven't played the game with the expansions. So yeah, I'm he keeps asking me if I want to play with the expansions, but I'm always worried about the expansions, especially when one of them has fairies in it, and Kevin knows that I like fairies, but I really need to stop turning down on the expansions for this game, because I know I probably will like the expansion as much as the main game, like just a normal set.
Yeah, because we've already gone through like most of the powers and everything like that.
Yeah,
already.
exactly.
I mean, what's there to say that everybody else hasn't said about this game? I mean, it's really fun. It's a colorful game. I like how depending on the player count, your game is either longer or shorter. So if you're playing 2 players, it's a little more longer of a game. But if you're playing like 5 players, because that's the highest it goes, unless you get the 6-player expansion. If you're playing 5 players, then it goes quicker.
Yeah.
It's not going to stretch that out for like some odd rounds. I do like the artwork. I know they just released a new version of Small World. It's called Small World of Warcraft. It's based off of the World of Warcraft stuff.
Yeah, the Warcraft video game, I think, or is it a virtual?
It's about the Warcraft video game.
That's what I thought.
And I've heard some mixed reactions about that one. I'm not gonna get it myself because it's like seriously, I'm not gonna get like a bunch of Small World stuff. I mean, the little corner I have is fine. It's perfectly fine. But yeah, Jordan should try out the expansion. Especially she should try out the spider people. Because I think she'd really like the spider people.
Yeah. I am not. I hate spiders, so I probably would skip that expansion unless it features the fairies, which I'm guessing by Kevin's look on his face it does, but I don't know.
Oh, that's the Be Not Afraid.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, up there.
Oh, I see they have leprechauns.
Yeah, they got leprechauns.
Oh. Dang it.
Every space they control, you put some gold there, and it gives you victory points.
Oh man. Yeah,
if they get taken over, then your opponent gets the gold.
Oh man. Okay. Anyways, before we get distracted.
We're not getting distracted. We're talking about Small World.
Yes.
How are we getting distracted? We're talking about what we're talking about.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So that's it. Number 9, Small World. Okay, so number 8 is Thanos Rising by the Op. Now, they have multiple Rising games since this one first came out. You got a Star Wars version, you got an Avatar version, not the blue people.
No,
cool Avatar, not
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Not the other one.
And then there's Death Eaters Rising.
And then there's Death Eaters Rising, and I don't know if there's another one other than that one. I know there's Star Wars, Harry Potter, Marvel, and Avatar.
That's all. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, there's no more than that as far as I know.
Oh, no, there's Plankton Rising.
Plankton?
SpongeBob. There's a SpongeBob version.
Oh my gosh.
So they got a SpongeBob edition too. But this is the Marvel one. This is the
original
OG.
version.
This is the original.
Yeah.
I like this game. I'm a little. I have to say, since the newer versions came out, I feel like this one got the short end of the stick. Mostly because in other versions, especially like Harry Potter, they have alternating characters. So you don't have to pick between 4 to 5 different characters. It's like, like 10. You get to choose between 10 different characters. And I'm like, okay, well, why didn't they do that with why didn't they do that with the Marvel stuff? But the negative side of that is I don't think Black Panther would have been a playable character, because you could have done like Iron Man or War Machine.
Oh yeah.
You could do like Captain America or Black Widow. You could do Wong or
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, and you can do Gamora
or Star-Lord.
But I know there's a Black Panther one.
I think so.
Like he's one of the characters. I know it's Gamora. It's Gamora, Doctor Strange, Captain America, Black Panther. Yeah, there's no Iron Man's not one of the main guys. But like I said, that's the thing. You could have done it so you could interchange these characters. Like maybe because Black Panther fought alongside Captain America, you could do Black Panther or Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
You choose. You could do Doctor Strange or Wong. You could do Iron Man or, I guess, Bruce Banner or the Hulk.
Yeah.
You could do, or you could do like the Iron Spider. You could do Iron Man or the Iron Spider. But the point is, it's like you could do either. You could do Gamora or Star-Lord or something like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that was just a big missed opportunity. And the same thing with the Star Wars one, because I believe the Star Wars one came out before the Harry Potter one. I think it was Marvel, Star Wars, SpongeBob snuck in, like, he just kind of tiptoed, which is weird to say for SpongeBob, but Plankton Rising, I remember that one just kind of tiptoed in.
I honestly don't remember this. This is news to me, so I'm like, wait, there's a SpongeBob version of this?
There's a SpongeBob version, Plankton Rising.
I only knew the 4, and I honestly thought Death Eaters Rising came out first, but I know some people will be mad. After I saw the figure for Darkseid Rising, I was like, wait. They give other characters a full figure, but with Darth Vader is only
a bust. It's just
a bust.
So, to explain how this game works, you play as a main character from the IP that it's based off of, and you have to try, to stop the villain from completing X for the original game, the one that we're talking about, it's Thanos can't get all the Infinity Stones. Thanos can't defeat 10 heroes, I believe.
Yeah.
And he can't... the third one was... Oh, he can't defeat a certain... a team. He can't defeat a team.
Yep.
So if he does any of those 3 things, he automatically wins. You have to beat 10 to 7 of his minions.
Yeah.
And most likely, did we teach this game?
Yeah, we did.
Oh
yeah,
gosh,
it was last year, I think, or 2 years ago. I can't remember. Wait, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I believe. We'll link the how to play video in the corner or down in the description down below because
it always goes up in the corner.
Okay, yeah, because I know we've taught most of the games that are on the list anyway.
Yeah,
so.
It's a pretty fun game. If you like Marvel, I do believe you should check it out. But if Marvel's not your bag, there is multiple.
Check out the others.
Yeah, check out one of the others. I definitely want to check out the. I want to play Avatar. Yeah,
Fire Nation Rising. Yeah.
Yep, but number 8, Thanos Rising.
And number 7 is Root by Leader Games.
It's one of my personal favorites. I've played the
mobile version.
Yeah, recently I played the mobile version, which doesn't have all the. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have all the expansions, so I don't get to play the Keepers of the Iron or the Lord of the Hundreds, which are really cool factions to play. I love the Lords of Iron. They're really cool.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I explained this. I think we featured this in one of the previous recent playlists, but I do like the digital version better than a real version. No, don't come at me. I don't know why. I just like the digital version just because I like how the characters move. It's almost like the stories come to life to me, and you see the characters interact with each other. And plus, I like to see like the cats versus the birds, and when the dice is rolling, you just see a cartoon cartoon characters get into a fight. I just like that of the digital version for some reason. I was like, okay, who's gonna win? And then it's either me. I'm like, yay, and if it isn't, I was like, boo. So, yeah.
When you said that, I kind of was thinking of the Simpsons movie when they found out that Homer was the cause of putting them in the bubble. And then Kent Brockman said, "Now, of course, this channel does not encourage vigilantism or lawlessness or forming a mob unless it gets results, and it will." And then they show a picture. Get him! Get him! Get him!
So yeah, Root is a very good game to play.
Jordan's favorite faction is the Otters.
No, I've never played the Otters, I don't think. I only played the Cats and the Birds, as far as I know.
The Otters are fine. I just really hate that they take, that whenever they get ahead, they have to take a break for a cuddle party.
Oh.
Oh, I got her!
You're making me think of Finding Dory when they made the otters cuddle with each other, because they always do. Apparently, that's a cute thing that otters do. So.
All right, number 7, Root.
Root.
Okay, so number 6 is Unmatched, and. Well, now, I played the digital version, but I also played the physical version with Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
The digital version, I played as Beowulf, and I played as... Oh my gosh, what else did I play? Oh, I just played as Sinbad and King Arthur, so those are the 3 I played as.
Yeah, I need to play the digital version of Unmatched, just because it'll be very interesting to see, like, I still... Because didn't your dad play as Little Red Riding Hood one time, and she said something?
Once upon a time.
Okay, I thought she said, what big ears or big teeth, or I don't know.
Are we gonna just sit around here and talk about how big I'm getting?
Hey, that's what she said to the wolf. What do you expect?
But yeah, so like I said, the one that both of us played recently was Sherlock Holmes versus Houdini, and we also played Sherlock Holmes versus Alice. Sherlock Holmes won. Oh, and then Sherlock Holmes versus Dracula. Sherlock Holmes won all 3. Because Sherlock Holmes is a boss.
It's because Kevin's dad wanted to try the new expansion that we got that featured Sherlock Holmes, or the new Unmatched game that features Sherlock Holmes, Dracula, Cobble and Fog, Invisible Man. Who was the 4th one? Wolfman? No, that can't be right. Oh, what was the 4th?
Sherlock Holmes.
Dracula, Invisible Man.
Jekyll and Hyde.
That's it.
The Wolf Man.
I'm sorry, I was thinking of Horrified for some reason.
You're like looking to double check, and then you like see Horrified. You're like, oh, Horrified.
I'm sorry, we watch a lot of classic monster films, and that's like at least 3 of them are in that group, and Sherlock Holmes isn't. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to a lot of the new expansions that they're going to bring out. I like the Rising Sun looks pretty interesting. I backed the Tales to Amaze, and that one looks interesting. And I'm excited for Brains and Bronze, which is the last Marvel Unmatched game that's going to be released.
That has Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and She-Hulk. Am I correct on that? Okay, I call dibs on Spider-Man.
And just to let you folks at home know, these characters are not the Marvel characters that we see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. These are based off of the Marvel characters that we have read in the comics. That's why their designs look very comic-esque.
Have I played a Marvel one?
I played Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I have not played a Marvel one.
But I want to play Redemption Row at some point.
Oh yeah, that's right, because I gave it to you for your birthday. Yeah.
And, okay, so Jordan already knows that she's going to be getting Teen Spirit for her birthday. Because Jordan was going to get me Robin Hood versus Bigfoot for my birthday. But she couldn't find it because she waited too long at the popular places that we...
Yes, that's the big mistake that I made, yes.
So... I picked Redemption Row as like a replacement for that. Because she still wanted to get me an Unmatched game. So, but then she felt bad because I knew about my, because I knew about my birthday present. So I told her, okay, you know what? I'm going to get you Teen Spirit instead. So I pre-ordered Teen Spirit, and Jordan will be receiving that. She already knows and everything. She's excited, but she's really, really stuck because Jordan watched it was Freeform at the time, right?
Freeform, yeah.
Freeform show of Cloak and Dagger, so she is a big Cloak and Dagger fan.
Even though I only watched the 2nd season.
But she also watched the Disney Plus Ms. Marvel, which we both really enjoy.
Yeah.
Iman Vellani did a really good job at playing this character. So Ms. Marvel is kind of... Jordan even got like the Ms. Marvel comic to read.
From the library.
That's how much of an impact that show really put on her. So now she's kind of stuck. And we always have a rule that if you got it for your birthday, you get first pick. So now Jordan has to decide between Cloak and Dagger or Ms. Marvel.
I forgot who else is in that.
Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel. Oh yeah, an unfamiliar character.
I still think because it's Teen Spirit, it should have been Spider-Man.
I know, because in most of the comics he was a teenager at one point.
You could have put Iron Man in Brains and Bronze.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, we've been talking about Unmatched.
So
a lot, yeah.
If you want to know how to play any of these games, I'll leave links to them in the video. So the numbers, except I might not do Root, mostly because the best way to learn Root is on the digital version. So it would be worth the money to get. And it's like Leader Games always has a sale. So if you think it's too expensive, just
try the digital version.
They always have a sale digitally.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Direwolf always has a sale. So if you think the digital version is too expensive, just give it about a week or two, and you can sign up for their newsletter, and they'll let you know when there's a sale going on. So then you can get it on the Switch, you can get it on your computer, you can virtually anything, virtually any electronic device. That's number 6, Unmatched.
Okay, so number 5 is Parks by Keymaster Games.
I always thought it was Keyforge.
Maybe because you're thinking of the card game Keyforge.
No.
Do we still own that?
We do. It's downstairs.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I keep seeing a collection up here versus downstairs, and I'm like, do we still own some of these games? But anyways, let's talk about Parks.
Oh, right. It's called Keyforge. It's been a while since I played the game.
Okay, yeah. Anyways.
We're talking about Parks.
Yeah, we're talking about Parks, not Keyforge.
So this is a game. It's a pretty easy going game. You get to go around and collect different stuff. There's sunshine, raindrops, mountains, and
forests or trees.
Forests or trees. And before you click onto that other video, trust me, it's a fun game. You get to there's all these cards based off of these national parks. The artwork is hand painted artwork.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good artwork. And the trail gets longer as you keep going and going and going. You get like these wildlife tokens. Those are wild, and they count as anything. And the person who who gets the most points wins the game. It's a really good game. I think they're coming out with a 3rd expansion for this one.
I don't know. Wait, there's 2 expansions?
Yeah, there's the regular parks, but then there's Nightlife.
Nightlife, I know that.
Which has the rest of the parks that they didn't put in the main set.
Yeah.
Plus, they added some new gameplay tactics as well.
Gotcha, yeah.
So there's a lot more stuff going on in the game. And then, of course, they have the more simplified version. Oh, I gotta put that on the list. Trails. I just realized I didn't put that on my need to make a script list.
Whoops.
But we're talking about parks.
Yeah, we're talking about parks.
We're talking about parks, yo. I like the artwork, especially the Nightlife artwork. Like they really outdid themselves in that one. It's a really fun game. It's pretty it's relatively quick, but Trails is a little more quicker. Jump in anytime.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot what I was gonna say.
One time I actually saw it when we saw this game at Gen Con, and I picked up the hiker. He looked like candy. It's not candy. Don't put it in your mouth. I didn't put it in my mouth.
No, you didn't.
But don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it. They're not candy. A lot of these game pieces are starting to look like candy. Don't do it. Number 5, Parks. Okay, so number 4, I got an itch in my eye, is Citadels. Now the version of Citadels I got is an older version. I mean, like the youngest version is 2016.
Oh yeah.
So even that version is like young-ish.
Yeah.
But the one I did is I think it was like close to 2000. But it also has the expansion in it, so it was like a rare like deluxe edition game. And this is a game where you have to build different districts, build a town, collect gold to build more stuff, and then you.
Yep.
But the cool thing is, it's also a drafting game where you each take a role that you're going to play as each round.
Yep.
So you got like a thief, an assassin, a thief, magician, the king, the bishop, the merchant, the architect, the warlord. And then there's other stuff. There's like a witch and
which is part of the expansion.
Do you know how we know it's a witch?
I don't know.
Because she turned me into a newt.
Oh, okay.
I got better.
Okay.
I'm always gonna make that Monty Python joke.
Yeah, I know.
But I really do like this game. My brother got the Dragon's Gate when we played this one. And we played it for Father's Day. This was our Father's Day thing because that's what my dad wanted to do. He wanted to play Citadels because we watched No Rolls Barred, and I think it was John.
Yeah.
Poor John, who kept on getting... He got hit by the assassin every turn.
I have not seen that way. I need to watch that.
You gotta watch it. It's hilarious.
And weirdly enough, there was one time, like in the game, like we were supposed to shuffle the different roles we get in the game, but your brother forgot to give it to us. So we're like, okay, let's count this as not part of the choices.
Yeah. Jordan's aunt and uncle want us to teach card games, and this will probably be one I'm gonna teach them.
Yeah.
But number 4, Citadels.
Number 3 is Patchwork by Lookout Games.
Yes. The version that I played was the original because I played it on Board Game Arena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that we have is the Christmas version, but we're not planning on getting different versions of the game because it's basically the same thing but with different designs on it.
We just wanted to get more Christmas-themed games.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you play the regular version, like you said.
Yep. In this game, you get like different patches, and you have to like build up this board, and you can get more buttons if you line up buttons together. You also have a board in the center that's kind of like your timer. If your piece goes over one of the extra single patches, then you get to add it and put it into your board. The cool thing about this game is if you play your patches right, whoever's behind gets to go. So you can go multiple turns in a row and have like Jordan sit and twiddle her thumbs the whole round, but you have to like really play smart, which is pretty cool. As long as you're behind, you are the first player.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add?
Well, Gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm losing my train of thought, sir.
Well, Patchwork, there's an original version, but like we said, there's also Christmas, there's Halloween. The buttons are replaced by eyeballs. So, there's also a Valentine's Day one, there's an Americana one. I think there's one that's kind of like supposed to represent another country.
I don't know.
I can't remember. But I know the latest one is Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that is the latest one.
That's the latest one, Valentine's Day. But it all plays the same. It just looks different. The patchwork for Valentine's Day, they all look like little chocolate hearts and stuff like that. Like stuff that you'd get for Valentine's Day. It's pinks and reds and chocolate hearts and stuff.
Yeah.
I do like Uwe Rosenberg. He does a pretty good job designing games. Always got that puzzle thing going on. I played Feast for Odin not too long ago on Board Game Arena. And by not too long ago, I mean like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
But
anyways.
Yeah, number 3, Patchwork. Okay, so number 2 is one of my personal favorites. It is Sleeping Gods by Red Raven Games. And if you have ever played Sleeping Gods, you know why it's one of my personal favorites. In this game, it's a storytelling, like role-playing game. You play like different roles on this ship called the Manticore. It is a 4-player game, by the way. There's 5 characters, but you only play 4 players. So each person would choose
4.
It's more than 4. It's 8.
Yeah.
8 characters, but there's technically 9.
Yeah.
But
you can only choose to play 1. Yeah.
Well, you have to divvy them up as evenly as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody always plays as the captain.
Yeah, I never played this game before, but I know I want to learn this game at some point, but I know, Kevin, what are you giving me that look for?
Nothing.
Well, I know Kevin likes this game, but have you played this for like a few weeks now? Because I know it's one of those games.
Few years.
So you've been stuck on the same few rounds of it, or you eventually ended?
Well, so we ended the first round. We have some totems.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying not to spoil that much in this game.
Well, basically, from what I can tell from this game is it's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing. That's all I'm gonna say before Kevin spoils anything.
Yeah, it's a story. Yeah. It's a story-based game. You have to unlock things in order to move on in the book. Sometimes you need keywords and stuff like that. I don't want to try to give away too much of it. The artwork is phenomenal. Ryan Luquette, I believe is his name. He did everything. He's the designer, the publisher, the artist. Everything in this is it's just beautiful. It's a gorgeous game.
Didn't he say that all of his artwork was inspired by Studio Ghibli films?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it's got a Ghibli-esque art style. I hope that I'll get Jordan to play this with me at some point. But until then, number 2, Sleeping Gods. All right, number 1 is the game
that I just recently learned how to play is Power Plans by Kids Table Board Games.
Yep. This has got to be. I mean, it's got to be one of my favorites that Kids Table has brought out recently. Know how to play video on this one yet? Same thing with the last one. And
or Patchwork. We haven't done Patchwork.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about Power Plants.
So in this game, you are a wizard, and you're wizards, and you're trying to grow these magical plants to give you ingredients and everything, and you have your sprites to work on that. And this game can get mean if you wanted to. This game can get pretty mean if you wanted to. But you could also just stay in your lane if you want.
We played the basic version because, like I said, it was my first time playing this game, and I really enjoyed it, and Kevin didn't want to go too hard on me for that reason.
But next time we play, I'll be adding in the Trap Jaw plant, which is one of the meanest tiles I can play. Now, if I mention any plant that, if you have this copy and you're like, wait, I don't have that. If you have the retail version, you might be saying, wait a minute, I don't have that. Well, that's because I got the Kickstarter edition. And so I have more plants and all that stuff. But this game is it's amazing. It's another knockout of the park for Kids Table Board Game. I know that there's a game that's out recently called Diced Vegetables. And then I know there's another game coming out soon called Wasabi. I might back that one. I backed this one because Jordan is a big fan of fairies. And fairies are a big portion of how you play this game.
Yeah.
Although granted...
They call it sprites in this game, though.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a person who did mention what's the difference between them.
But yeah.
But essentially, all this made me think of though is Harry Potter, Professor Sprout, and all I could think of is Mary Margoyle's just like that scene in the second year where it's like, oh, Longbottom neglected to put on his earmuffs again, and it's just like, no, Mom, he just fainted. Oh well, leave him there, and we'll work around him. It's just funny.
Yeah, it is.
But this game is it's really good. You can choose. So you choose a plant in your hand. You usually have 2 plants, and you have to put them in there, and then you can choose to sprout or grow. And then depending on the grow affects your whole field. The sprout only affects your one plant. You can get some free sprites on that tile, but some of them you can't do that either. And I'm kind of just giving like a little bit of an overview because at some point I am planning on putting this on our poll. So hopefully this will spark your interest.
Yeah, so number 1,
Power plants. Well, that's our top 10 recently played list. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified for videos just like this. And if there was any game that you recently played that you want us or any of our viewers to know about, please put them in the comments below. We'd love to hear what games that you recently played that you really enjoyed. It doesn't have to necessarily be a new one. It can be a game that you just dusted off your shelf of opportunity.
Or favorite.
Well, then it won't be on the shelf of opportunity.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I just want to also say, if you are a big fan of the channel as a whole, consider becoming a Patreon supporter on our Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, so you can go check that out. I'd like to thank our current Patreon supporters. Your donations mean a lot to this channel, and we truly appreciate it, so thank you. And you can support this channel for as little as $1 a month. Also, if you are a big fan of the channel and want to show it, then consider going to our Etsy shop and checking out some of our merch. You can get stuff like this Gamer's Genie shirt. Although, granted, I think I put the title in a different spot.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I put it up at the top.
Yeah, you did.
The only major difference is my shirt and the shirt that I will eventually make for Jordan will have our web address on the back.
So we can advertise the channel.
The standard Gamer's Genie shirt that I just recently designed for purchasing does not have the web address or our tagline on the back. So, and it's also got other t-shirt designs as well. So we really appreciate it if you check it out. It would really help out this channel a lot and plus then you guys get a really awesome t-shirt.
Yep, exactly.
So check that out. It's in the link in the description below, and we really appreciate that. Be on the lookout for our next top 10s list, where Jordan will talk about one of her favorite things. I don't know.
Yep.
But until then,
thanks for
the
the
views.